Hello, this is Nick from ReviewOutlaw.com. Today I'm going to show you how to install the Sumo Sac 900V Surf ballast bag here into my Axis 2014 A24. Now this will be very similar if you have a Malibu, any A20s, A22s, T22, or a Malibu style. This is a new 2014. I'm just going to quickly show you one already installed. As you can see, it's in here. And I'm going to show you the other side. This is your on and off. So this right now is open. So turn this like this, that's off. So if I turn the pump on, the water flows into here, and we have drain out, and then the drain out here. I ordered this kit right here from Wakemakers. And what's nice about that is they give you these adapters, quick connect adapters for your boat. And as you can see, we have two L adapters, one straight connector. Now, what you want to do is you want to look at your compartment and you want to see what flows best with your compartment. Also, before you get started, you want to make sure, check your bottom, make sure that there's nothing sharp that could cut up your bag, even though it is a very thick bag. But anything like sharp metal edges, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some electrical tape, tape that stuff up. Any extra screws loose, anything like that, anything that's sharp, we don't want against that bag because it will rub, and over time it will cut into the bag. So if there's anything you think that can hit it, even those metal screws over there, just put a piece of electrical tape over that will protect the bag. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just going to take out this bag here. Very careful with your razor, you do not want to cut into this bag. Now what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to get a bucket. I want to make sure that everything's flowing. I already have my stock ballast filled, but I want to make sure that everything's going right. So I'm going to take a screwdriver here. I'm going to check we don't want to get everything connected and then hit the ballast and find out something's wrong. So always double check everything before you connect it, not after. So this just unscrews here. You don't want to use any kind of screwdrivers or anything like that. Try to use your hand as much as possible when you want to do this stuff. And sometimes it's actually easier if you just get in back here. Yeah, you can hurt the plastic. So you're going to take this off right here, past this point. Just by hand turn it. There's some silicone in here. Turn it back and forth, take your time with it. Pull out, turn, move it around. You do a really good job with the silicone. We could just work on the edges just a little bit. Just to pop this out just a tad. And there we are, after fighting with it. Alright, so you still have a lot of silicone in. You want to clean that up. Now you could put some silicone in before you add your quick connectors. You just want to be 100% sure you get no leaks. I added it without adding any silicone. You just want to check after, make sure there's no leaks. So we got this out, so what I'm going to do now is just going to lean this bucket right in here like this. Okay. Go. Now I'm going to turn my ballast on. Right rear fill, and it should start spilling out the side, letting me know my stock ballast is full. I have it all the way full, which it is. So now what I'm going to do is turn this valve, and that should open that up. I'm just going to turn it very slowly, and it is filling up. Good. Turn it back off. Now I've verified the water's coming out the tube, and I've just verified everything is working. Okay. So I'll turn the valve, turn off the fill, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these other two connector pieces off, and then I'll show you how to hook them up. These guys right here, pretty straightforward, but I'll just show you that, and I'll show you it filling, and then I'll show you the wake it makes with the ballast tanks full. All right. All right, now when taking the plugs off your two rear, now these are your drain plugs, two dual drains. Basically make sure that you drain it slightly. If you have it all the way to the filled, to the top with the stock tanks, it's going to overflow into your compartment there. So you definitely want to drain that a bit. You don't have to drain it all the way, just maybe about a minute or two of draining. As you can see, I have some water in here because I made that mistake. So this is just going to drain out though. So here we go. So now we got this out. I'm just getting the excess silicone out. You can use liquid nails or silicone, things like that. And what's nice is that'll still allow you to take them out later on. Okay. Now I'll take the last piece out. And I went with the Sumo Sacs, not the high flies, because on the Malibu they have a 1-inch pipe, which is larger than they added that in 2013. The high flies, which I'd give you 1,100 pounds of sack in the back, which is more, of course. What's nice about that is basically that you have the larger pipe, so it's going to fill quicker, and it's also going to drain quicker. If you get the high flies, they're 3/4 inch, so of course you lower your throughput there, which gives you a slower drain, slower fill, and with this much weight, that's not something I want to sacrifice. So now we're going to have our connection pieces. Now I got a little bit of silicone here. I'm going to be very sparing with it because I did it without it and it still held, but over the years, you know, you don't want it to wear out. These are your quick connects. So what's going to happen is it's going to stick in, and I'm going to clamp this up here. Now the back, I'm going to put an L. The front, I'm going to put it straight through, and the top, I'm going to put an L. So I'm going to put a little bit around here. There we go. Just going to give it a nice seal. When we want that to be nice and tight, which it is, and just twist back and forth, until it's all the way in there. All right, now it's got a nice seal to it, beautiful. So it's going to be pushed, as this fills, it'll push back here, and that will fill really nicely. Now we got my clamp. Tighten that on there. Make sure this is near the end and it's nice and tight. If you don't feel like it's near in the right spot, just take it out, adjust it. Close to the end as possible, but you still want to see a little bit of the black pipe. They're nice and tight. Okay, beautiful. Now you don't want to get white caulk all over the place, so we're just gonna put that off with a towel. All right, so now we want to get a little electrical tape. Which I left out here. Okay. So it takes this tape here. I'm going to just tape up this metal, just so it doesn't possibly scratch the bag. I'm going to get a good amount of loops. I'm probably even going to go just over the silicone, just so that doesn't go all over the place. This is not waterproofing it, obviously. This is just protecting that metal, my bag, from that sharp metal. And it's very easy to take off later on if I need to adjust or replace it with something else. That's about good. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. These other two real quick, and then I'll show you how to fill it up and everything. Okay, so now I have my ends on. Again, the front here has the L, top has the L, and the back has the straight through. Taped up all of my metal that could rub against it. And what I'm going to do is get my sack open up here, and we're going to need to take a screwdriver, undo this. Now these we don't need silicone on, they have the compression fitting here. So we're just going to spin that on by hand, and we're going to do this whole thing by hand. Make sure it's nice and tight. So that's my bottom. Now depending on how you want, what you want to display, I'm going to do this one here so I can see the sumo sack. Spin that off. Again, just thread that by hand. Don't de-thread it, so just take your time finding the right thread with this. Okay. Again, one at the end here. Okay, it's nice and tight. Double check all these. Nice and tight. Alright, so now we're going to put this right in here. Gonna get in here. These things will snap together pretty easily. Take your red, push it all the way as far away as you can go, and then you just push it in. And then you take your red down, and you hear a lock. Test by pulling it out. Top tube here. Okay. Slid right in, go down, click, pull it up, test it, feels good. Back one, we're going to have to step on the bag here. Now as you can see, this kind of is almost inside here, which is a little awkward, but as it fills up the bag, it's just going to actually go right around that, so it'll be fine. I feel that. Click, good. And then just take the bag and kind of cover it up. Boom. Alright, now what we're going to do is start filling it up. So, what we're going to do first is right rear, start filling. And we'll wait for the water to first come out the side. Once the water's coming out the side here, then we'll be turning this valve. This is in the off position and the on position, so that's going to be straight down here. You can actually start hearing, and you can feel the water coming in. Now as I'm doing this, now this is fully open, what we're just doing is checking all around here for any water leakage. This is a new bag. And always just check, double check all your stuff. Feel anything. It's just beginning to fill up. Now one downside with this bag, with this whole design of this filling system, is the air. Sometimes what will happen is it'll seem like it's full, but actually a good amount of air pocketing still in here. So you can manually release, open this up and let that out. There are some people online in the forums who've come up with a different system to leak the air out. So you can check that out and access forums and see what they've come up with. So it's starting to fill up here. You can hear the water in the sack, and just kind of keep readjusting get it to where you want it to be, where it's comfortable, where it's not touching anything, and there's not too much pressure on the lines. That's going to be important. We don't want any twists or leaks in those lines. Alright, so as far as filling it up, this pump build does about 120 gallons a minute, so it's going to be about 5-6 minutes before that 900 bag is filled up. Alright, so I got my 2 sacks here full. What I'm going to do now is drive it and show you the wake. So I usually set for 9.4 cruise control. Open my surf gate to the right. Just turn around here. Here we go. So there's the wake with the sacks in. As you can tell, the front does sit up a lot, so you're going to have either a front sack or take some, a lot of people put them up front.